Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball, so I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
How can we help you see today? At A&J Optical, we offer frames for the entire family: Nike, MCM, Timberland, Victoria's Secret, Tom Ford, Clear Eye View, Ray-Ban, Guess, and our own A&J Optical line. We accept most insurance: Davis Vision, iMed, Anthem, United Health, Medicare, and Medicaid. We are located at 3629 North Clinton Street, right next door to Wood & Nickel.
A&J Optical.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Newcastle Fieldhouse at Newcastle High School. And we've got the second round of regional basketball here in Class 3A at Newcastle High School. This game is between the Delta Eagles and the Peru Tigers. Looks like the Eagles are the road team in yellow and the Tigers are the home team in white. They wear the gold and black kind of Purdue style, but it's not Purdue, it's Peru. And Delta a little more similar to Michigan with their jersey scheme with the maize yellow and the navy blue. Well, both these teams come into this game with winning records overall. Peru comes in at 17-7 on the season, and they finished off their sectional tournament with wins over Oak Hill and Norwell. They beat Norwell in the championship game. Both Oak Hill and Norwell have won 20 games or more this season. So Peru with a huge victory, a couple of huge victories, in fact, coming into this game against Delta. I spoke with their head coach, Eric Thompson, leading up to this game, and regarding those two games against Oak Hill and Norwell, Thompson said, and I quote, "Very impressed with our effort to win both those games on back-to-back nights. We finally have everyone healthy after what seems like a month-long stint. We out-rebounded each opponent and hustled to secure most of the 50-50 loose balls. Hopefully, we can keep it going and deeper into the tournament," end quote. Again, those words from an email exchange that I had leading up to this game with head coach Eric Thompson of the Peru Tigers. Now, Delta, they are led by head coach Mark Detweiler. He is in his 25th year overall as head coach, 6th year at Delta. Coach Thompson at Peru, also very experienced, his 16th year at Peru and his 22nd year overall as a head coach. For Detweiler, he and his Delta Eagles come into this game with wins over Centerville, Hamilton Heights, and Newcastle. In fact, that game against Newcastle in the sectional championship was right here at Newcastle. In fact, Newcastle's going to host semi-state next week, if I'm not mistaken, and also hosting regionals tonight. But Delta, with 3 straight wins, they're 17-9 overall. They had a little 4-game winning streak going until the last game of the regular season, which was against Oak Hill. That was a 49-41 loss. But for Delta, and really for Peru too, there's a bit of a youth movement going on at Delta, especially when it comes to juniors. The top scorers at Delta are juniors. They are Jackson Wars, DeMar Hood, and Jaden Fernie. Actually, Fernie is a sophomore. Fernie's number 10. But a fellow junior, Johnny Manor, is the Eagles' leader in assists this year. Manor comes into this game averaging 3 assists per game. And like I said, the leading scorers are Jackson Wurs, DeMar Hood, and Jaden Fernie. Woods averaging 14.3 points per game. Hood averaging 13.3 points per game. Fernie averaging 10.5 points per game. Fernie is a sophomore, not a junior, but Wurs and Hood are both juniors. So Eagles not only have a good team this year, they could very well have a good team next year. And regarding his juniors, head coach Mark Detweiler said, and I quote, "We have started 5 juniors. Caden Bond has started a lot for us with Blake Jones, who's a senior. We have expected this group of juniors to compete for championships. They are very athletic and also a quick group," end quote. Of course, I ad-libbed a few words in there, but that was the words of head coach Mark Detweiler leading up to this game against Peru. Now, I mentioned the leading scorers for Delta. Leading scorers coming into this game for Peru. A couple of juniors in there. Number 11, Matthew Retger, averaging 19.5 points per game. Sophomore, Gavin Eldridge, averaging 12 points per game. And another junior, Alex Ross, is averaging 10.6 points per game. Those are the top scorers coming into this game for Peru. And not a whole lot of seniors on either team. In fact, in the starting lineup for Peru, you will see 3 juniors. Ian Potts is one of those juniors, as are Alex Ross and Matt Retger, who I had just mentioned. For the Eagles of Delta, they will start junior DeMar Hood, fellow junior Johnny Manor, senior Blake Jones, sophomore Jaden Fernie, and junior Jackson Wurs. So each team starting 3 juniors in this particular game. Well, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get a few words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do on SummitCitySports.com. And in the midst of that, we'll also tell you about some of the other regional games that have gone on today. There was one here between Dwenger and Twin Lakes. We'll tell you about that one in just a moment. More after this word from the IHSAA. This broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com and also airing on IHSAATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to Newcastle Fieldhouse. Peru taking on Delta in just about 4.5 minutes. Let's go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group celebrates their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their dealerships and contact Kelly Automotive Group at brands@drivekelly.com. At Ottenwiller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwillerContracting.com to learn more. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. And by the way, it's worth mentioning that some of the games going on in regionals, of course, have gone final. Of course, you may have gotten to tune in to watch us. We certainly hope you did when Bishop Dwenger defeated Twin Lakes just about 2 hours ago, or an hour and a half ago, thereabout. Dwenger getting a big performance from Preston Ross, who scored 23 points. They're moving on to semi-state. The winner of this game between Peru and Delta also moves on to semi-state. Blackhawk Christian, they are also a winner today in their regional game. Blackhawk Christian was taking on Tipton. Wapahani will take on Carroll just a matter of moments, and winner of that game moves on to regionals as well. Also, Wayne defeated Noblesville today. That was a 2-point win for the Generals, and they've become accustomed to close games lately. Beat Southside by 1, then beat Homestead by 2 on Javon Lewis's buzzer beater. They beat Noblesville by 2 today. I did hear from Jeff Mahoney, who's over there. It was not on a buzzer beater. My guess is either a late stop by the Generals as the clock ran out, or perhaps something else. But either way, they move on to semi-state, and Northside is going to take the court in, looks like about half an hour against Kokomo. And here, in just about 2 minutes on the clock, 8 minutes as far as the scheduled start time is concerned, Peru will take on Delta. Delta 17-9 coming into this game, Peru 17-7. And again, it is Peru wearing the home whites and Delta wearing the road maize, kind of like a Michigan Wolverines type of alternate jersey thing they got going on here. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors that allow us to do these games that we get to do so often on SummitCitySports.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you to find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you, whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated? If so, Jolly Law Firm and Chief Counsel David Jolly is your answer. You can contact Chief Counsel David Jolly at Attorney David Jolly at MSN.com or over the phone at 260-426-0242. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. To contact Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, call 260-483-2112, and for more information, visit them on the web at siokas.com. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more. And today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're just about ready to start, and looks like we are going to have the national anthem before this second regional game. A lot of people have made the drive from a fairly good distance away. Of course, Delta's over in Muncie. That's about a half-hour drive. Peru, they're about an hour and a half north of here at Newcastle. We'll turn it over to the PA announcer for now, and we'll also hear the national anthem and the announcement of the starting lineups. You're watching regional basketball on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org. Well, at Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. And with that, we are ready for basketball. This matchup between Peru and Delta. Bishop Dwenger has already moved on to semi-state. The winner of this game will also move on to semi-state. I do know that Newcastle is scheduled to host a semi-state next week. Newcastle played host to sectionals last week. And the tip-off is going to be won by Peru, and right away they get an early bucket. Matt Retger. They win the tip, and Retger chases it down, going to the bucket. Peru's on top, 2-0. Now Delta looking to go to work. Jackson Wurz working around, and he's fouled. That's going to be on Alex Ross. Jackson Wurz, the leading scorer coming into this game for Delta, and he goes immediately to the free throw line. Well, Ross just shooting 51% from the free throw line coming into this game. He'll get one and get Delta on the board. A catch and shoot three, that does not go. The shot taken by Gavin Eldridge. Beg your pardon, that was Jackson Wurz who hit the first free throw. Well, here's Johnny Maynor with the give. And traveling is called. That's going to be on Wurz. And it's a turnover by the Delta Eagles. Eldridge across the timeline. Looks like a 1-3-1 zone here by Delta. Recker dishes it outside. Right through the zone goes Matt Retker. Retker with the early bucket after Peru won the tip, and Retker will fire a three there. No good. Knocked out of bounds off Peru. Delta takes over. Delta yet to score from the field so far in this game as they get the ball across the timeline or look to do so. Gavin Eldridge staying back defensively, but Johnny Maynard does get it across the timeline. There's Jaden Fernie, the sophomore, one of the top scorers on this team. Goes for the floater, doesn't get it. And then a foul called as Peru tries to go the other way. Alex Ross comes up with a loose change. And this foul is going to be on Jackson Wurz. Eldridge across the timeline. He will find Retker. Low scoring game so far, just 2-1, but they go for the lob, and Retker puts it in. Retker scored after Peru won the tip and then cashes in a little alley-oop that time. Retker stands about 6'3", certainly not a short guy. Of course, we're coming off a game where Bishop Dwenger had two 6'8" guys on the floor for most of the game. Three ball is good. Damari Hood from downtown to tie the game. Hood, the second leading scorer coming into this game for Delta. Averages 13.3 per game. Shoots his threes at 37%. Tough shot by Ross, and he's able to score nonetheless. Jaden Fernie looking for help. He did get some from Hood as he went to set the screen. Now on the drive to the basket goes Blake Jones for the bucket, and we're tied again. Blake Jones, the only starting senior on this Delta team. They have other seniors who are available. Caleb Elliott, Abram Stitt, Palmer Samuels, and Dylan Maynor are also seniors on the roster. Here's Matthew Retker with 4 early points in this one. As Peru looks for a way to attack what initially was a zone. Looks like they've gone back to man. That shot is blocked. Jackson Wurz with the deflection. It's the Delta student section saying you got swatted. In the Delta student section, they've got a little Hawaiian island theme going, which you'll see when we pan back over when Peru has the ball. Screen set there by Blake Jones, trying to get Johnny Maynor free. Of course, Maynor able to find Jaden Fernie there, and he's blocked on the interior. Matt Retker doing just about everything in this game for Peru. Extra pass to the corner, three ball won't fall, and the rebound comes to Damari Hood. The shot was taken by Braxton Robbins. Hood has hit 1 3. He was going for another there. And now he's got the look, and he'll let it fly. Book it! Second three already for Damari Hood. Delta takes its first lead of the game, and coming from behind for the steal is Jaden Fernie. Does not have numbers. He'll take it to the cup anyway, and Fernie scores. Jaden Fernie turning up the furnace. It's 11-6 in Delta's favor. We got a 30-second timeout called by Peru, their first of the game. And while we have a timeout, we'll go ahead and look at a couple of our replays. Replays, as always, are brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. Now, you see there, Damari Hood recognizing he was well defended, did not have the three-point shot, but on that last one, he had all kinds of space, and when you give a good shooter all kinds of space like that, they usually convert, and that's exactly what Damari Hood did. But then, shortly after Hood knocked down that three, Jaden Fernie comes up with a big defensive play. There he is with a little pickpocket, taking it away from Alex Ross. And Fernie says, I'll take this. Gets through a pack of Tigers and takes it all the way to the cup. Into the paint goes Ross. He kicks it to the corner for Retker, and Retker drains the three ball. Matthew Retker with 7 points in the game so far. I think the Peru student section was just simply saying his name. There's not much of a theme going on there, though I am seeing a few NFL jerseys. A few Packers jerseys, an old Cam Newton Panthers jersey. Into the game came Caden Bond moments ago, another one of those juniors that head coach Mark Detweiler was so impressed with. Hood fakes the shot. Oh, they got him for traveling. The Delta crowd didn't like the call, and the student section on that side just said, take his whistle. Well, that's the kind of stuff you get from fans young and old at these high school basketball games. There's a traveling call on the other end. Gavin Eldridge called for steps. And with that Hawaiian theme that you might notice from the Delta crowd, it may not exactly be freezing cold outside here in Indiana, but up in Fort Wayne where I live and where most of us at Summit City Sports live, we did have a snowfall on Thursday night. Wars lost it dribbling through traffic, and Alex Ross comes up with a takeaway. Getting inside the paint is Ross. As Peru tries to find something against this zone, they came out of the timeout with an immediate three, went for another one there, but Gavin Eldridge was a little long on the shot. Damari Hood has the rebound for Delta. Wars sets the screen for Bond. Little pick and pop there for Hood. He'll let it fly. Oh, my goodness. Damari Hood is on fire. We're inside the final minute of the first quarter. Hood has hit 3 threes in the ball game. What you saw there in that 2-3 zone was Delta was quick to double team the ball. When you're running a 2-3 zone, you have to have that. But right now, Peru working the clock down. It's down to 12 seconds. Only had 6 points total since the timeout. 1-3 per team. Retker. Oh, they called him for traveling. He's not sure about it, but the officials made the call. Might have shuffled the feet, I'm not sure. There's 1.9 second left on the clock. Now, if Delta wants to add to their lead before the clock runs out, their best bet is either a long pass and a catch and shoot or a quick pass, one dribble, and a long shot. And it's Hood who will take the deep three. It's a little long. Hood's hit 3 threes in this game, but he went from half court with that one. But Delta's got a 14-9 lead at the end of the first half. We're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
We are ready to begin the second quarter. Delta leading 14-9 in their 2-3 zone, starting to make things difficult on Peru. Damari Hood's also starting to make things difficult on Peru. He's got 3 threes in the ballgame so far. Caden Bond remains on the floor for the Eagles. He'll give that one up to Caleb Jones. To the corner, that's Bond for 3, off the mark. Hood with the offensive board. Oh, but he missed the shot. Retker tapped the rebound into the hands of Gavin Eldridge. Eldridge looking to go baseline, keeps control of his dribble. Battling with him is Johnny Maynor, and that jump ball is going to keep the possession arrow with Peru. Ian Potts will put it in play. He finds Retker. Retker's the leading scorer for the Tigers so far. He's got 7 points, including the game's first 4 points. Scored right off the opening tip and then capped off an alley-oop. A catch-and-shoot 3. That's Retker. No good, and the rebound is tipped into the hands of Johnny Maynor. It was Jaden Fernie who tipped it to him. Bond off the shot fake, gets to the basket, and gets fouled. The contact made by Gavin Eldridge. And Caden Bond will go to the line. And Bond gets it to roll home. Head coach Mark Detweiler mentioned to me coming into this game that Bond had gotten a chance to start some games. Did not get to start this game, but he's a junior who has played very well under Coach Detweiler as Ian Potts comes away with the rebound there. Oh, that's poked away, but recovered by Braxton Robbins. His foot was very close to the line, it looked like. That ball's tipped by Fernie and taken away by Maynor. A cross-court pass. Fernie finishes. And another timeout taken. This one taken by Peru. They've taken both the timeouts so far in this game. Well, we'll go ahead and show you one of the replays from the first quarter, then another one from the second. Our replays are brought to you by Traction Athletic Performance. This was just a little pick and pop action, and Damari Hood, even though Gavin Eldridge came to close in on him, Hood had just enough space to take that 3 ball and knock it down. That was late in the first quarter. And up until this last play, it was the most recent field goal for Delta in this game. I think that was actually Wars who caused the turnover. He knocked the ball away, but Fernie came open and Hood got it to him. Hood, who's been doing so much scoring, leaves that one off to Jaden Fernie. A 17-9 lead for Delta. Peru has yet to score in the second quarter. Delta has scored just 3 points this quarter. Here's Braxton Robbins, gives that one up. As Delta continues to use the 2-3 zone. That could have easily been disastrous for the Tigers. Potts looking for some help. Driving is Retker. Robbins into the paint, contact drawn, and it's a blocking foul on the Eagles. Caden Bond was called for the foul, and Robbins gets Peru their first points of the second quarter. Robbins goes 2 for 2. Peru still trying to figure out this 2-3 zone that Delta has used so constantly thus far. To the corner for Jackson Wurz. His three won't fall. And Gavin Eldridge at 5'8" comes down with the board. They kick it outside to Braxton Robbins. Turnaround jumper, Eldridge. Too strong, offensive board, put back, won't go. Comes down to Damari Hood. And Delta will slow things down. They'll hand that one off to Wurz. Jackson Wurz came in as the leading scorer for Delta. Only 1 point so far today. There's Johnny Maynor for three, and that's a little long as Retker comes down with the board. Retker down the floor, has it poked away. It's Maynor. He finds Hood. Hood slips it outside, and Blake Jones will reset things for the Eagles. Wurz looking to go to work against Xavier Turner, and this ball's out of bounds off of Peru. Alex Ross comes back into the ball game. Oh, miscommunication on the inbound, and the ball goes right to Gavin Eldridge. He tries to slip it through traffic, and Hood's got the takeaway. Oh, poked away, but Fernie able to recover. Braxton Robbins staying with him. And Fernie has it poked away again. This is Retker who's got it. He loses the ball, but gets it back. And Retker's going to fire a three. It's in and out. Comes out to Blake Jones. Jones one-on-one. That's Ross right in front of him. Fernie lets it fly. His three comes up short. And there's Retker who comes in for the rebound. Retker down the floor. Contact made. Offensive foul. It's going the other way. Third team foul on the Tigers, and we've got a timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll take a break right along with them here on SummitCitySports.com.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really...
A 17-11 lead for Delta over Peru. We are here at Newcastle Fieldhouse, about half an hour east of Indianapolis. And in 2 weeks, Indianapolis will be a happening place. Not that it isn't at other times of the year, but Indianapolis will be hosting the state basketball championships in 2 weeks at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Here's Caden Bond on the drive to the basket. They swing the ball across court, wide open for three, and knocking down the three is Blake Jones. Blake Jones, the lone starting senior for the Delta Eagles, has his team up by 9 as we've got less than 3 minutes to go. 2:52 and counting on the clock in the second quarter. Eagles still using a zone defense as Retker looking to get the ball inside. It's poked away off the hands of Wars and out of bounds. Still Peru ball, but they have yet to score from the field in this second quarter. A couple of Braxton Robbins free throws, and that's been it for the Tigers. Delta's defense has been very good. They're in a 2-3 set here. Well, nearly a steal. Blake Jones with active hands there. A catch and shoot three, too strong. Gavin Eldridge took it, and it's rebounded by Johnny Maynor. Maynor has a trailing defender, and he's fouled. Matthew Retker going to be called for that one. That's already Retker's second foul of the game, and Tigers head coach Eric Thompson will call him to the bench. Fourth team foul on Peru, and Delta has only committed 2, so not a lot of fouls so far. Of course, that could change as the game goes on. That was Maynor. No, check that. It was Jones who was looking to fire a three. Instead, it's Caden Bond. His three doesn't fall, and Damari Hood is rebounded, or has the rebounded, but is fouled, and Alex Ross pleading his case along with the Peru faithful. Well, did the official just point at a fan in the stands? Yeah, he just tossed a fan out of this game, I think. It looked to me like he was pointing past Eric Thompson. That's what it looked like. Yeah, it was not pointing at Eric Thompson, but yes, a fan is being asked to leave the gym. Well, while they go through this break, we'll take a quick break ourselves.
This has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, some.
Beg your pardon, we're back. They are ready. And a fan who was asked to leave the game, and he's was walking out. But we'll try not to stay focused on that too much. This is Caden Bond with a defender on him. Delta has done a great job defensively against Peru. Held him to no made shots from the field here, but Caden Bond just drove through a pack of Tigers and had the ball swatted away. Saying might go, you ran with Tigers and you got bit. Foul is called before the shot. Jackson Wurs was fouled. And that's going to be, I believe, the 16th foul against the Tigers. Indeed, it is the 16th foul against the Tigers. So that puts the Eagles in the 1-1. Eagles will make some substitutions. Inbound goes to Blake Jones. Hood has already hit 3 threes. Make it 4. Damari Hood, they can't cool him off at all. 4 threes, 12 total points for Damari Hood. The student section for Delta saying you can't guard him as the clock has been worked under a minute. Peru needs to find something from the field. They need to find some way to score against this zone defense of Delta. They have not yet scored from the field and very nearly went this possession without any points, but a foul is called against the Eagles. Jaden Fernie called for that one. It's only the third team foul against Delta. Very disciplined defense that Delta has played. For Jaden Fernie, it was only his first. Here's Ross, gets into the paint. Pull-up jumper, Ian Potts. That doesn't fall. Battle for the board, knocked away, but an offensive board and a takeaway by Johnny Maynor. Maynor to his left, basket is good, and it's Blake Jones in transition. Now Peru will hold for likely the final shot of the second quarter. It's down to 7 seconds. Peru has not scored from the field in the second quarter. And the clock runs out. The clock runs out. I don't think Recker saw it, and I think Eldridge, as he took the ball away from him, I think he was trying to create a shot, recognizing the clock was winding down. 25-11, Delta has the lead at halftime over Peru. And Delta shuts Peru out from the field, not for the whole quarter. They did not allow a made basket from the field in the second quarter. Peru did score from the free throw line. But that was it. While we're at halftime, we will go ahead and get a word in from our good friends at Parkview Sports Medicine. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We are the region's largest integrated sports medicine team, providing athletes specialized services from improving their performance to recovering from injuries. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Delta on top, 25-11 over Peru at the half, and we'll be right back here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Well, it's a 25-11 lead for Delta on Peru at halftime. They held Peru without a made shot from the field in the entire second quarter. Here's the scorers so far in this game. Peru's leading scorer in this game is Matt Redker with 7 points. Alex Ross has 2. Braxton Robbins has 2. Damari Hood has 12 to lead all Delta scorers. Blake Jones has 7. Caden Bond has 1. Jaden Fernie has 2. Jackson Wurs has 1. Those are the scorers for this game so far, and we'll go ahead and get in a word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport 1 Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more. 25-11 Delta. They played a lot of zone defense in this game, and it's made things difficult for Peru to get the ball into open space and score the basketball. Peru did get a couple of quick buckets to start the game, but then Delta took momentum back after Damari Hood hit a three, his first of the game. He's got 4 threes in this game. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching IHSAA Regional Basketball on SummitCitySports.com and the IHSAA Sports Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
We begin the third quarter, Delta leading Peru 25-11. Peru held scoreless in the entire second quarter from the field, that is. They did get a couple of free throws. A nice backdoor cut. Damari Hood gets to the basket and scores. Damari Hood, who had 4 threes in that first half. And I want to correct something from the halftime update as Delta gets a steal there. Jaden Fernie actually has 4 points, not 2. He had a steal and bucket earlier in the first quarter. He was the only guy to touch the ball on that possession. Here's Blake Jones, who's had a pretty good second quarter himself, as Matt Retker gets fouled after getting the steal. Peru looking for something to get back into this ball game. This 16-point lead that Delta has is their largest lead of the game. Delta out of Muncie, Indiana, not too far from here. It's about a 32-minute drive to Delta High School from here in Newcastle. For Peru, it's about an hour and a half drive north. Gavin Eldridge looking for help. He finds it. The basket goes. Ian Potts. And boy, did Peru need that after going cold from the field in the second quarter. Hood wanted the 3. Now he'll back it out. Calling for it on the other side of the floor is Jaden Fernie. Jackson Wars held just 1 point so far in the game for Delta. Well, going down to the deck is Johnny Maynor. The Peru crowd wants a traveling call, and they don't get one, and Mark Detweiler will get a timeout in. Well, they take a timeout. We will also take a timeout here on SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
27-13. Ian Potts finally breaking the field goal drought for Peru as they look to get back into this ball game, but they'll need to get a stop as Delta has the ball one more time. Was that Fernie just moving the ball between his legs? Did not look like he was dribbling there. I could see doing that if you're playing driveway basketball. Kids play on the driveway. They're always trying to come up with some kind of tricks. That's Retker with the block as Wurz was driving. Loose ball. Battle for it on the deck. The call is a jump ball. Possession arrow does favor Delta. It sure looked as though Johnny Maynor was the only guy. Possession arrow favors Peru. It looks like Johnny Maynor was the only guy who had a grasp of the ball there. There's Eldridge across the timeline after the inbound. They work it back over to Retker. Retker had it knocked away. Kick ball is the call off of Delta. Delta's used a lot of 2-3 zone. Peru trying to figure out some way to score against that zone. We're able to in this second half so far with Ian Potts getting the lone Tigers bucket this half. Very close to the timeline is Eldridge, and he was aware of it. Eldridge almost had it taken away. He gets it back to Robbins. Retker with a little floater off the side of the backboard. He got it back. Potts recovers, but then throws it away. It's Damari Hood who gets the steal. Here's Maynor across the timeline with Eldridge staying on him. That ball's knocked away. It appeared to be off of Hood, and now the officials say it's off of Peru. I don't know about that. I thought Hood touched the ball on the way out. Well, the call is Delta ball, and Xavier Turner will enter. A long possession continues for the Eagles. Wide open is Fernie, and he scores. Fernie's got 6 points in the game so far. Xavier Turner calling for the ball down low. Retker trying to find his shot. Had an open look there, but shot goes over the backboard. Ian Potts will re-enter. He's a 5'11 junior guard. Peru using a little full court pressure, but the Eagles are able to beat that press. Here's Fernie. Down the baseline, hanging, count it, and a foul. Jaden Fernie, the and one. As the Eagles are able to beat the press, and Fernie with a good look down low. Tigers will make a substitution. Braxton Robbins re-enters the game. And Fernie trying to complete a three-point play. He does. And Delta has got their largest lead of the game. We get a whistle to let Alex Ross come into the ball game. Eldridge across the timeline. He finds Potts. Potts swings it long across court, and it's knocked out of bounds by Fernie. And how fortunate is the Purdue crowd to see that ball go out of bounds. If Fernie had caught that, You'd have at least had a one-on-one run out down the baseline. Foul is called on the drive as Eldridge was going down the floor. Blake Jones called for the foul. Only the second team foul this half on the Eagles. The Tigers have only committed one foul so far this half. They just barely get the ball into Ross. A catch-and-shoot three for Gavin Eldridge, and he drains it. Much-needed triple for the Tigers. And Eldridge is on the board for the first time in this game. Delta beats the press, but Manor was in some trouble. He found Hood. Hood's three won't fall. I believe that's Hood's first miss from three in this game. Mark Detweiler wants a traveling call on Retker. This is going to be jump ball, and the arrow is going to favor Delta. At least it sure looked like a jump ball, and there's the official signal. The arrow does favor Delta, as Caden Bond will check into the game for the Eagles. Checking on the game between Kokomo and Northside here in just a second. It was scheduled to be a 7:30 tip, and there's a turnover. Right into the hands of Ross. And Potts with a blow-by. Little Euro step to the bucket for Ian Potts. Fernie dishes that one outside to Damari Hood. Fernie will try the three, too strong, and the rebound is grabbed by Braxton Robbins, and we got a foul called against the Tigers. Against the Eagles. Robbins went down. And they call it on Damari Hood. We've got 2:58 and counting to play here in this third quarter as Peru was held scoreless from the field in the second quarter. They have scored the last 5 points in this game, and that was after falling behind by 19. A lead that was Delta's largest. Looks like we're going to get a kickball here against the Eagles, as Gavin Eldridge was bottled up. Potts will hand that one off to Retker. Driving inside, Eldridge too strong. Rebound tapped out. Oh, that sure looked like a foul by Wars. They don't call it. They do call the foul there on Ian Potts. And it looks like Eric Thompson is pleading his case that he thought that Wars committed a foul first, a push-off after the rebound. And the Peru crowd lets their displeasure show. Here's Johnny Maynor with Eldridge guarding him. Eldridge trying to stay with him. Maynor does beat the 10-second clock. Peru's applied a little bit more pressure here in this second half. Trying to get another stop. But Delta has worked the clock down under 2 minutes. Double team comes, and it's taken away by Retker. Retker is bumped, and there's the foul call. Scrappy play there by Johnny Maynor, but he's going to be tagged with the foul. Xavier Turner will re-enter the game. Peru has scored the last 5 points, trying to keep the momentum on their side. But Delta back in that 2-3 zone, and that ball's knocked away and stolen by Damari Hood. Maynor across the timeline, Potts on him. Long pass looking for Bond, who touched it last. They're going to say Gavin Eldridge did, and it's off of Peru. Alex Ross will re-enter for Peru. Now Delta has not scored on this possession, but they continue to work some more time off the clock. Steal moments ago helped that cause as Hood slows down at the free throw line. His jumper doesn't fall, but an offensive board by Caleb Jones. And Bond hits the three ball. Bond, who had just had one mere point in the first half, comes up with a three ball. We get a foul on the other end. That's going to be the fourth team foul against Delta. Blake Jones called for the foul. Make that the fifth team foul against the Eagles. Nobody got into the bonus in the first half, but the Eagles, I believe they only committed 3 fouls in that entire half. Now they're up to 5. How things can change between one half and another. Off the hands of Retker, blocking foul. After Ross passed the ball, he had a little collision with Johnny Maynor. They say Maynor got in the way, commits the 6th team foul on the Eagles. That will put Peru in the bonus on the next Eagles foul. Quick inbound, Ross, he's fouled on the shot. Caleb Jones going to be tagged with that foul. And that will send Alex Ross to the free throw line. That's Caleb Jones' first, and the 7th team foul on the Eagles. And to think fouls were so few and far between in the first half, but in the second half, Tigers are now on the 1-1. Now this last foul was on the shot, so this is 2 free throws no matter what for Alex Ross. He'd still get a second one even if it was 1-1 because he just made it. A friendly roll there. Alex Ross goes 2 for 2. Bond turning on the Jets, leans in and scores. Caden Bond with a quick answer for the Eagles. And a takeaway right away. And now the Eagles can hold for the final shot. Foul is called. Johnny Maynor was the one who got the steal, and then he drew the foul. They're going to call it on Matt Retker, his third. Only the 3rd team foul against the Tigers. Comes with 24.8 to go. Maynor across the timeline. Eagles can hold for the final shot of this third quarter as Bond's looking for help. He finds Jones. And that's Blake Jones underneath the basket, and he gets it to curl home. 19-point lead again. Quick down the floor is Eldridge. He flips it up, count the basket, and one with 0.5 on the timer. Gavin Eldridge refusing to quit. With the clock winding down, he gets to the bucket, and he's got a chance at 3. He gets his 3. That was awful close to being in time there by Caleb Jones, but he misses the shot no matter what. A 16-point lead for Delta as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll be back in just a moment on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Delta has led ever since fairly early in the first quarter. Now Peru opened up with the first 4 points of the game. Matt Recker scoring right off the opening tip, and then he scores on an alley-oop, trying to score there on a floater, but to no avail. Damari Hood chases down the board. Now Hood has 14 points in this game. He's made 4 threes. As Maynor trying to get across the timeline, he lobs it, but miscommunication leads to a turnover. Braxton Robbins down the floor, blocking foul. And he made the shot, I think. He did indeed. Braxton Robbins. Johnny Maynor's called for the foul. And Robbins completes the three-point play. Well, Purdue ended the third quarter on a three-point play. And now they begin the fourth on a three-point play. Caden Bond, though, comes wide open underneath the basket. Bond had 5 points in that third quarter. Beg your pardon, he had 7 points in that third quarter. There's Eldridge to his left. Fakes out his defender, and Eldridge scores. Great fake by Gavin Eldridge. Bond, long pass over to Hood. They fired inside to Jackson Wars. Contacted. Wars puts it in. Wars came in as the leading scorer for Delta. That's his first field goal of the game, and now Wars is called for the foul, and might be the 10th team foul against Delta. That's one of the few bugaboos for Delta in this game. Was not a bugaboo in the first half, though. Eagles only committed 3 fouls in the first half. They've committed 10 here in the second, and they've got Peru at the line for double bonus the rest of the way. But 0 for 2 goes Eldridge. He does get his own miss. The putback won't go. Knocked away by Hood. Oh, Eldridge with another miss. Well, every Purdue fan in this gym is probably thinking, did someone put a lid on that basket? Backdoor cut. Jones didn't get the shot up. Hood does get it up, but he missed it. Hood's hit 4 threes. Those were all in the first half. He doesn't have a make here in the second from beyond the arc. Driving to the basket is Retker, and a ball goes out of bounds. It's off of Delta. Sop up a little wet spot on the floor, and actually had to sop up a couple of spots. Well, whoever that is who was drying up that spot did it in style as Alex Ross gets to the bucket and puts it home. And a timeout is taken. 30-second timeout called by Delta. We'll take a timeout as well on SummitCitySports.com.
has always been here. And they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really...
Well, Peru looking for a comeback after they've trailed by as many as 19 points in this game against Delta. They were held scoreless from the field in the second quarter. Delta's used a lot of 2-3 zone in this game as they get the ball across the timeline here. Leaping up to make the catch is Blake Jones. Fernie has the look from three, can't hit it. Alex Ross comes down with the loose ball, and Peru with a chance to continue working their way back into this game. Here's Ross double-teamed, and he draws the foul. And every foul on Delta from here on out, except offensive fouls, will result in free throw for Peru. Not only in free throws, but for double-digit free throws. Double bonus free throws, I beg your pardon. 5:21 to go in this fourth quarter. Ross connects. Peru on the comeback trail. Ross, 2 for 2. Alex Ross up to 8 points for the game. Peru will continue to use this full court pressure, and there's a quick foul right off the inbound on Gavin Eldridge. That's Eldridge's third foul, fourth team foul against the Tigers. They've got a long way to go before they put Delta at the line for double bonus. They do still have 2 fouls to give. Fernie brings it back outside and finds Jones. Peru sticking with this man-to-man defense. Hood backs it out. Delta likely not too disappointed about having a long possession at this point. But ultimately they want to cap it off with points. Oh, Damari Hood just pulled his hand out of the way at the last second. And a smart move it was, because that ball was touched by Peru on its way out. .445 on the clock. Long pass across court. Blake Jones brings it back outside. Delta still using some clock, and now Hood fires a three. It's short. Ross knocked the rebound into the hands of Braxton Ross. Hood's hit 4 threes, but all those threes were in the first half. He hasn't hit one here in the second. That jumper for Potts won't go, but an offensive board. It's Retker with the dish outside. Swatted away. Check that. Caleb Jones. Caleb Jones, the 6'3 junior, blocks the shot, but I think they got him for the foul. Now check that. No foul there. If it was a foul, Peru would be at the line shooting free throws. But the Tigers have a chance to get this to a single-digit game. Knocked away and stolen by Caden Bond. A defensive play that the Eagles needed. Little touch pass to Jones. Was a little behind Jones, and we get a foul on the other side of the court. Matt Retker called for the foul. That's his fourth. Well, the Tigers still have a foul to give, but Matt Retker comes in as the Tigers' leading scorer. Is now in some serious foul trouble. He's one away from fouling out. Manor gives it back up to Wurs. Maynor gives that one up to Hood. Jones through traffic. He's surrounded by defenders and a jump ball. Eagles will keep the basketball with 3:29 on the clock. Wide open underneath the basket was Johnny Maynor, but he missed the shot. And Retker comes the other way. Door's still open for Peru. Retker misses the three, tapped into the hands of Bond. And the Eagles come back down the floor. Wars trying to take it all the way. Too strong. Hood's got the board. Count the basket as Hood was falling away. What a tough shot by Damari Hood. Braxton Robbins called for the foul. That's the 6th-team foul on the Tigers, so it puts the Eagles into the 1-1. This, of course, was on the shot, and Hood with a chance to complete a three-point play. That bucket puts Hood to 16 points for this game. He's getting it done from beyond the arc in the first half, where he had 4 threes. And Amari Hood able to connect on that first free throw. Retker wanted the three, now steps inside and hits the jumper. Retker had been held scoreless since the first half, comes up with a big three there. Jones finds some help off the double team. Going for the backdoor cut is Bond. Peru double teaming at any moment. A late call, but an offensive foul is the call. It was late, but it certainly looked like Blake Jones threw the elbow at Braxton Robbins. That's Jones's third. It's an offensive foul, so it will not mean free throws, and Robbins found a wet spot. Going to come and dry that up. This one guy who's cleaning up these wet spots. He's got a suit on. That's a guy who's dressed nice, but apparently not afraid to get dirty. Of course, he was using his foot to clean that spot. Still 2:34 left to play. This game is certainly not over. Peru has worked their way almost back into it. They were down by 19 points. A couple of occasions in the second quarter and in the third. Retker slows down, finds Eldridge. Eldridge hits the three. We get a whistle after the shot went in. Three's going to count, but we have got a foul on Alex Ross. Damari Hood will go to the line for a 1-and-1. The foul occurred while the ball was in the air. Actually, it might have occurred after the shot, but Damari Hood's going to the free throw line, and his first free throw is good. It's just the 7th team foul against Peru, and Hood goes 2 for 2. Well, Peru had gotten it to a 9-point game with just over 2 minutes to go. Can they get another bucket here? Turning around is Ross. It's blocked, but Ross got it back. Got it back again. Falling away. Comes up short. And Jackson Wars has the rebound. Long pass to Hood. Turnaround jumper. Air ball. Bond trying to rip it away. Out of bounds. Off of Peru. Jaden Fernie will check back in for the Eagles. The lob, Fernie missed it. Eldridge had the rebound. Fernie wrestling for it. Did they just give a timeout to Delta? No, they did not. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Peru. Gavin Eldridge letting the ball roll, and now he picks it up. The clock will start running. Was letting the ball roll so as to preserve time. Step back. Eldridge now fires. Did he get fouled? That sure looked like he did. Rutgers got the putback. And a timeout. Full timeout. Taken by Peru. We will take a timeout right along with them on SummitCitySports.com and IHSAATV.org.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAFoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
48-39. Delta with the lead over Peru. Peru trying to come back after being down 19 in this game. They did not have a single made field goal in the second quarter. Double team comes and there's a foul. Looks like they're going to call it on Eldridge, and he and Wars got tangled up there for a little bit. Check that. They call it on Braxton Robbins. Only his second foul, but it's the 8th team foul against Peru. And Jackson Wars will go to the free throw line. Ian Potts comes back in for Peru. Got 1:12 left to play in this game. Wars knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw rims out. Over to Eldridge. Coming up on 1 minute. Peru's down 10. Retker gets inside, had it contacted, fouled on the way up. 56.1 to play. And remember, every foul from here on out, except for offensive fouls, puts Peru at the line for double bonus. So Retker will get 2 free throws here. 56.1 to go in the game. Once again, we're back to a 9-point game. Retker is in double figures now. He's got 10 points for the game. Looked like the net kind of got stuck on the rim there for a second, so they had to fix it. Retker goes 2 for 2. By the way, at Summit City Sports, we do hope you'll join us tomorrow as we bring you some Always 100 basketball from Turnstone in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Turnstone, of course, is a Paralympic training center. They play host to several basketball showcases, even some volleyball showcases, and also do a lot of work in Paralympic training and competition. Foul is called here against the Tigers. Ian Potts called for the foul, and That's the 9th team foul against the Tigers. The next one will put Delta at the line for double bonus. Ian Potts commits his 3rd. This is Blake Jones at the line for the Eagles. He missed it. That was still 1-1. And the Tigers can close the gap just a little bit. Here's Retker leaning in, too strong. Slips it outside. Robbins hits a 3 with a man in his face. Braxton Robbins, huge 3 ball. And all of a sudden, it's a 5-point game. Full timeout called by Peru. And that last shot is worth another look. We'll give it to you on our Traction AP replay. Yeah, Retker trying to go quick, get himself an open shot. He keeps the play alive, and Robbins connects on the 3 ball to make this a 5-point game. 49-44 in favor of Delta. Peru was held scoreless in the second quarter. They trailed by 19, and now, if they can get a couple of stops, they might be able to come back and tie this game. Might be. What kind of finish do we have in store? There's still 38.7 seconds left on the clock. And in all likelihood, Peru's going to have to foul here. If it was just a 1-possession game, they might not have to. But it's still a 2-possession game. And if Peru does foul, it will put Delta at the line for double bonus, because it would be the 10th team foul on the Tigers. Inbound goes to Hood. He's double teamed. Peru going for the 10-second violation, but instead they get the foul before a 10-second violation is committed. And the downside of that, if you're a Peru fan, is that Johnny Maynor is going to shoot 2 free throws here. He's got a chance to make it a 3-score game all over again. Oh, he missed the first one. Well, if you are a Peru fan, that's just what the doctor ordered. Still a 2-score game, and even with that make, it remains a 2-score game. Peru down 2 scores. They need something quick here. Oh, that's double dribble. Or at least it looked like it. The official's going to come in and say the ball was deflected by Delta, so it's going to remain Peru basketball. Johnny Maynor, he's pleading his case. It sure looked at first like double dribble, and now Mark Detweiler expressing his displeasure. 29.6 seconds, a quick 3. Eldridge, yes! Gavin Eldridge makes it a 1-score game. Eagles coming back down the floor, trying to run the clock out, and Fernie gets fouled. That was a foul that Ian Potts kind of had to commit, but a huge 3 by Gavin Eldridge moments ago. It'll send Jaden Fernie to the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up for Fernie. That's the first one. And with that make, it's back to a 2-score game. Only 15.1 seconds left to play, and for Potts, that's his 4th foul of the game. Fernie hits both of them. Delta fans want an offensive foul call. Robbins for 3, it's short. Rebound collected by Hood. And he gets fouled with 4.5 on the clock. Boy, Blake Jones firing up the crowd on the far side of the court. That's where the Delta fans are. And DeMar Hood is going to go to the free throw line with 4.5 to play. Ian Potts commits the foul. He has fouled out of the game. What a great comeback effort put together by Peru, but it looks like the comeback's going to fall short. Just 4.5 seconds left in a 2-score game. Palmer Samuels will check in for the Eagles. This is his first minutes of the game, and looks like Caleb Elliott is about ready to check in as well. This is double bonus for Damari Hood. Hood's going to finish this game with 20 points after that make. Also into the game comes Dylan Maynor. And Hood with the closeout. Eldridge fires a three. That's off the mark, and Delta survives a furious comeback effort by Peru. And they are going on to semi-state. The Delta Eagles capture a regional championship, and they'll get to cut down the nets here in just a matter of moments. We'll come back after this break. Actually, we'll keep it right here because I believe Delta's going to be presented with a trophy here in just a matter of moments. Dwenger was presented with their regional trophy when they beat Twin Lakes just moments ago. Presented with that trophy very quickly. Well, Newcastle is set to host a semi-state tournament next Saturday. Now, they're part of the South bracket technically, so might not necessarily be Delta and Dwenger who show up here. They may go to a different location. We'll see. 54-47 is the score, the final score, as Delta captures a regional championship, knocking off Peru. Delta had a 19-point lead. Peru came all the way back to make it a 3-point game. But Delta holds them off and wins the game. Well, the Tigers with a valiant comeback effort, but the comeback falls short. They lose 54-47 at the hands of Delta. There's the trophy. Delta gets to celebrate in a little court storming from the student section. It's not the entire audience storming the court, it's just the student section getting to celebrate with the players, their friends, out there on the court here at Newcastle Fieldhouse. Well, the Eagles are going to cut down the nets as they claim a regional championship here at Newcastle. They're on to semi-state next week. We're back in just a moment.
You're good at basement basketball.
We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Once again, headed to Highway 28 in Delaware County tonight as regional champions and a member of the NWA Class 3A, your Delta Eagles.
Delta a winner 54-47 over Peru at regionals here at Newcastle. They will go to semi-state a week from tonight. Go ahead and read off the final statistics for you. First for Delta. They were the visitors, and they, of course, are the winners, and there they get to celebrate with the trophy. So they continue to take pictures down there. We'll continue to get you this shot. And here's the scorers for Delta. 20 points for Damari Hood. He was the leading scorer in this game. He had 4 threes in the first half. Jaden Fernie finished with 11. Caden Bond with 8. Blake Jones with 7. Jackson Wars with 4. For Peru, Matt Retker and Braxton Robbins finished with 11 points apiece. Alex Ross with 8. Gavin Eldridge and Matt Retker with 11 points apiece. Braxton Robbins had 5. And Ian Potts had 4. Well, that's Blake Jones cutting down the net, and Jones finishes this game with 7 points. He's the lone senior in the starting lineup for the Eagles. So they get to celebrate a regional championship. We'll be back in just a matter of moments here on SummitCitySports.com and IHSATV.org.
Empowered Sports Club is a volleyball-first facility and home to Empowered's Volleyball Academy and Pro Beach Juniors. At Empowered, we focus on development and the process over outcome, and we believe our record-setting recruitment numbers, 24 athletes alone in our 2023 class, 100% college placement rate, and continued success at the highest levels by our alumni speak for themselves, confirming that Empowered is your best option for overall athlete development. This year, we have once again upgraded our club model, programming, and staff to keep us out in front as one of the country's leaders in total athlete development, mind, body, and soul. But none of this would even be possible if God hadn't blessed us with a 90,000 square foot state-of-the-art volleyball and multi-sport facility that includes indoor turf, PSM weight training, 4 volleyball courts, and 5 indoor beach courts. Empowered is here to stay. So if you're looking for a long-term home and one you will never outgrow, we believe the choice is clear. Empowered is the most thorough and all-inclusive junior Olympic development program in the country.
Team Pineapple Volleyball Club was established in 1997 and has become synonymous with top-level volleyball in Northeast Indiana. Lloyd Ball is the owner and director at Team Pineapple, and he's also one of the coaches. Ball is a 4-time Olympian and a gold medalist at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Join the Pineapple family today. Go to their website, teampineapple.com, for all programming information. Team Pineapple trains at the brand new Ball Sports Academy. This facility has indoor volleyball courts, Parkview Sports Performance, Parkview Ortho Clinic, Olympic weight room, in-house massage therapy, and the state-of-the-art CET Cryo Spa for post-training therapy. Head north on Highway 69 towards Angola and come see how champions are made at the Ball Sports Academy.
Welcome back. The Delta Eagles still cutting down the nets. They win here at Newcastle to claim a regional championship by a final score of 54-47. We're going to go ahead and recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, and that player is going to be Damari Hood. He finishes his game with 20 points, 4 threes, and hit some key free throws down the stretch for Delta as Peru was making their comeback effort, but Delta holds them off, and Damari Hood, a big part of the win for Delta. So he's your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. Delta, a winner here at Newcastle. They knock off Peru in the regional championship game. They'll go to semi-state next week. Delta and Dwenger are both going to semi-state next week, and that will do it from here at Newcastle High School. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast of regional basketball, including Dwenger versus Twin Lakes, as well as Delta versus Peru. For my cameraman, Connor Hendrickson, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Delta. Thank you for watching regional basketball here on SummitCitySports.com. And again, our final, Delta wins it 54-47 over Peru.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Dealing with joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.